grab your fucking flowers, meet your mother, and have a nice dinner. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this special episode of Beware the Board, a horror podcast where we watch a randomly selected horror movie every week. I'm Bob.
And I'm Ben.
Ben, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Woo!
Totally, that's when we're recording this. That makes sense.
Well, we're recording this for Mother's Day. We're not recording it on Mother's Day because we're busy with our moms, probably.
I mean, I will be. I don't know about you.
Anyway, moving on. We're watching a very special Mother's Day themed horror movie this week in honor of good mothers out there. And I don't know what it is, Ben. Why are you laughing? God damn it.
Oh, no reason.
Yeah, I don't know why you're laughing.
Yeah, we're watching a movie today.
Before we get to the movie, I actually do want to ask you something. Was Mother's Day a big deal for you when you were a kid? Like, was it like a thing, like you would always do something for Mother's Day, or was it like intermittently, like we do something one year but not another year, you know? I don't know. Some people are like find it super important.
I mean, I guess we do something, but like, I don't know. Nothing like humongous.
Okay. I know some people like make Mother's Day and Father's Day a really big deal at their house. It wasn't for me because, like, I don't know, my parents weren't really around a lot as a kid. They were just kind of always at work, even
Yeah.
on like holidays and shit. So it was like, oh, okay.
Fair enough. I mean, I think it's kind of just like an adult birthday kind of thing where it's like, oh,
That makes
we'll
sense.
get like brunch or something.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd just be like a little extra nice. But that's,
I was just
kinda
curious. I didn't know how your family did things. Because, like, honestly, for me, Mother's Day and Father's Day weren't a big deal. Except for, like, every once in a while, it would be Mother's Day, and we would go out to, like, some super nice restaurant and, like, have dinner with my mom and stuff. But,
I mean, it's a good excuse to do stuff like that.
oh, for sure it is. Like,
Your
I don't know
mom
what I'm
just
doing
wants
this
to
year,
go to a
but-
new restaurant, being like, "Hey, let's do that."
yeah, let's do this thing you want to do for Mother's Day. Yeah. I don't know. I've never been, like, the flowers and cards kind of guy for Mother's Day. Like, I don't give my mom a card or flowers. I just go, like, do you want anything? And she usually goes, no. And then I'm like, okay, we'll go to dinner or something. And then we go to dinner or something.
Yeah, I mean, I always find buying presents always super
Oh, God. You're telling me.
uncomfortable's not the right word, but super difficult
I think it's hard,
because
too.
it's like I don't know what to get anyone,
Yeah, same.
and like cards are nice, but at the same time, you're just gonna probably throw it away,
Yep.
and they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And flowers are nice, but like,
They die.
do you really want them, or are you just
Yeah.
gonna put them on your table and let them die?
Well, that's what I did with mine. Yeah, I don't know. I was just curious what kind of traditions you had for Mother's Day. I didn't know if it was a big deal or not for you.
Nah.
Okay.
All right, you know what movie we're watching today, right?
No. Benjamin.
Right?
No, I actually don't. I never know. It's random.
Watching a great movie all about how important our moms are to us.
Okay.
Today we're watching Blood Rage again.
We're not watching Blood Rage again, you son of a
Watching Blood
bitch.
Rage again.
We're not going to watch Blood Rage
that
again.
movie just perfectly exemplifies how important the relationship between a mother and son is.
No, you're messing with me right now.
It's a great way to celebrate Mother's Day.
No one wants to fuck their mom like in that movie, Ben. No, well, okay, that's not true. Some people do. It's weird and you shouldn't do that. But, and I'm judging you. I'll judge people for that. No, we're not watching Blood Rage again. Pick a new movie.
Fine.
What do you mean fine? I know you're joking.
I had the notes prepared.
No way you had notes for... You probably just pulled them back up from last time.
did.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
All right. I guess we can watch Mother's Day on Mother's Day.
Oh, there's a movie called Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Awesome.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I guess we'll watch that since you vetoed my Blood Rage idea.
For any of you who don't know, for Thanksgiving last year, we watched a movie called Blood Rage. I
He
think
says
it is...
last year like it wasn't less than a year ago.
Okay, calm down. For those of you that don't know, he's right. We watched it, I don't know, it was a while ago. It was like one of our first episodes.
3
though.
seasons ago.
3 seasons ago, technically. And that movie, if you haven't... I think it's our shortest episode to date, first of all. It's like 46 minutes long, which is
I thought
short
it was
for
like
us.
36 minutes long. So
It might be like 38.
already doing better than I
remember.
thought.
That whole movie, if you haven't seen it, first of all, I don't want to say it's a bad movie. It's an interesting movie because they had some cool stuff.
It's a lot of fun.
It's
I mean,
a fun movie.
we quote
Oh, yeah, we quote it all the time.
one specific line, which is
I think it's
like
the title of the
cranberry
episode.
sauce. Artie.
Already, yeah, it's good. But the premise of that movie, basically,
There's two twins.
yeah.
One of them's a murderer and like psychotic, and then the other one's just like a normal kid.
Yep.
And the kid gets sent to prison for the crime the murderer commits, and they grow up.
Yeah, and the psychotic one wants to fuck his mom, and his mom wants to fuck him. But we don't get to see it happen, thank God.
Yep.
heavily implied though. Like it's kind of
It's- It's not even implied. It's more that there's this weird.
weird sexual tension that no one's
Yeah.
cool with. Because like literally the first guy that he kills in that movie is her boyfriend.
That's not true.
Well, okay, sorry, the cold open, but
Just a random dude
it's just some random man
having
having
drive-through sex.
drive-through sex, drive-in sex. You mean?
Yeah. Potato.
Okay. Sorry to distract from this movie, but I just wanted to bring up, since we were talking about Blood Rage, go check out that episode if you can hear us talk about an Oedipus complex for a while.
So that's been our Mother's Day episode. We talked about our movie.
Fuck you. No.
All right. You ready for the description of this movie?
Yeah.
All right. It came out in 1980.
Okay.
The actual description. Time to make Mama proud.
Interesting. Okay.
It's an hour and 31 minutes long. It's not rated. Review scores 5.3 out of 10.
Oh.
IMDb. Tomato meter 46%.
Oh.
And our whopping audience score 38.
Oh man. Okay. Now I know
Pop's like, I'm gonna have a great time.
exactly. This is my bread
Bob
and
might
butter.
actually have a good time recording today.
I love shitty holiday movies like this. They are some of my I love Blood Rage. It's not like amazing, but like I just enjoy it so much. I always have a blast.
I have a fact to tell you that's gonna get you super hyped.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go.
But first, awards: 0 wins, 1 nomination.
It was nominated.
I don't know how. In 1983, it was nominated for the International Fantasy Film Award for Best Film. That
Nice.
Went to the director.
All right. Some people liked it.
I mean, yeah, some people, but
I'm sure I'll like it, man.
oh, I am sure, super into it, like weirdly into it.
Oh, don't
Maybe
don't,
like
mm-mm.
Todd is into his mom into it.
Don't compare me to Todd.
That's a Blood Rage reference right there.
This episode's gonna be full of them.
Actors: Tiana Pierce as Trina. She played Miss Brown from Encyclopedia Brown. She was on there for 7 episodes from 1989 to 1990. Nancy Hendrickson as Abby. She was on 1 episode of Guiding Light in 1974. Deborah Luce as Jackie. She was in nothing else.
Oh, nice.
Beatrice Pons as Mother. She played Lucille Tootie from Car 54. Where Are You? So on 32 episodes from 1961 to 1963. Definitely the most famous actor in this.
Nice.
Lots of very unknown actors in this.
Awesome.
Michael McCleary as Adley. He plays Officer Atkins in Joyride in 2001. And then finally, Gary Pollard as Ike.
Okay.
He was in nothing else.
Wow. I don't think it's been a long time since you've named a whole list of people and I didn't know a single one. At least I feel like it.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even heard of any of the things these people have been in, but I guess this movie is from 1980, so it's older. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say old yet.
I mean, it's pretty low budget. The budget was estimated at $150,000.
That's really low.
And I couldn't find a box office. I think this was direct to video.
Okay,
I'd
that
have
makes
to
sense.
imagine. Country of origin, United States. You want the tagline?
Sure.
I'm so proud of my boys. They never forget their mama.
All right. Oh wow. Okay.
Now, you ready to get hyped?
Okay. God damn it. Sure, I'm ready to get hyped.
You know what? I'm gonna skip this fact because I don't even need to tell you the fact. I'm just gonna tell you the director's name. Director Charles Kaufman. He also directed When Nature Calls. Writers were Charles Kaufman and Warren Light. Do you know who Charles Kaufman is?
Well, I assume Lloyd Kaufman adjacent.
He's Lloyd Kaufman's brother.
Nice. Hell yes, brother. Does that mean Lloyd's in this movie?
No.
Oh. Lloyd likes to appear in other films randomly, in trauma films, but also in other stuff people make. He knows. And I was just
haven't watched
excited.
a trauma film yet.
I want to watch a trauma film, you some bitch. You know that.
I know.
I keep telling you should watch Toxic Avenger on the podcast or Poultrygeist.
But I thought you'd like that connection.
That's good. I like Lloyd Kaufman. He's one of my favorite people, like ever. I was telling Ben.
We talk about him sometimes on the podcast. We don't call him Lloyd Kaufman, though.
No, I call him Papa. That's what I call him.
Papa Lloyd.
Papa Lloyd. But anyway, I was telling Ben, I was like, I've been to conventions and stuff. I've met some, I would say, fairly famous people, like internet people, famous internet people. But I haven't met anyone that I've been starstruck by. If I met Lloyd Kaufman, I'd probably pass out.
I was telling Bob the last convention I went to for horror had Lloyd Kaufman.
I was
in it.
pissed.
And I just didn't go to his line because
You're a fool.
I was by myself. I
I
didn't want
know.
to wait in line.
I understand. But I just he's one of those people where I'm like, I worship the ground where he walks.
Oh, I know. He was just having a good time.
Oh, he's so
He
funny.
had someone in a Toxic Avenger costume next to him the whole time.
That's awesome. God, he's so cool. World's coolest old man, I swear to Christ.
Yeah, he's old now.
He's old, man.
Anyways, he might be at the convention we might go to
I
eventually.
would love that. I would love to meet Lloyd.
Because it's the same one that he was at last time.
Be fun.
All right, we're going to watch the movie. We'll be back in, I don't know, like 15 seconds?
Yeah,
So,
we'll see you guys after the
kind of
movie.
a short one.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We just finished watching Mother's Day.
Bob, what
Yeah.
was the interesting thing you learned about Mother's Day almost immediately?
It's a trauma film.
Yeah, that's the fact I didn't tell you.
That's
I thought-
awesome.
I thought you'd figured it out, but you didn't. So
Nah.
that was kind of funny.
Well, I just I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of the more popular trauma films, which trauma films aren't. I mean, they're popular, but they're not like
the more well-known trauma films.
Yeah, the more well-known trauma films. So I hadn't heard of this one, so I was fully surprised when the trauma intro started playing at the beginning, and it said Michael Hers and Lloyd Kaufman.
Well, I was fully surprised you heard that the brother of Lloyd Kaufman directed this film and didn't immediately go, "Oh, it's a trauma film."
Well, yeah, because that makes sense because trauma distributes movies.
Yeah.
So I just didn't think about
Weird thing not to think about.
it. Yeah.
All right. I mean, we already know your thoughts on this movie because it's a trauma film, and
Yeah.
you're a
I'm a fan. I'm a trauma enjoyer.
some might even say a slut for trauma.
I am, dude. It's so cool. I love trauma films because I guess knowing it's a trauma film changes my expectations from a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I'm going in and I know it's a trauma film, I don't expect a piece of like
Art.
I expect a bloody funny movie. That's what we got.
Sometimes you get that.
Sometimes. That's fair.
A lot of the times it's bad, but it's bad in a fun way.
Exactly, which I think I don't know if I call this it's not great, but like I had fun.
Well, yeah, you can have fun, but it can also be just bad because it's not great.
It's not great, but I mean like I had a good time with this movie. I thought it was fun. Made me uncomfortable, but like that's fine. It happens.
Yeah. Can't imagine
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Do you want me to explain kind of the premise here of the plot, or do you want to say anything else?
No, we could just move on.
All
we
right.
can start going into the plot and the premise of the movie. I'll
It's-
say what I
it's-
have to say for later.
It's pretty simple.
It's very simple. It's
These-
a very classic concept.
These friends from college,
Mhm.
which they were in college like 10 years ago in the 1970s, and this said in the 1980s. They were this group known as the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Rat Pack! And basically they do like this get together. I think it's like every year or something.
Yeah.
Just kind of like be friends again. I do think part of it though is they like don't tell the others what they're doing. Like I think one of them sets it up,
Yeah, I think it's a thing like
and then it's like a surprise trip. You don't know where we're going.
exactly.
But this year they're going to the woods,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks for some people that brought nice clothes or whatever,
I don't know why she's wearing all the shit
because
she's
she
wearing.
doesn't know where they're going.
It's fair. I guess she brought like
Because one of the women, Trina, is wearing like very fancy clothes
yeah.
that do not match being in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she doesn't know where they're going because she references later, like, last year she brought a bunch of summer clothes skiing, and she's
Yeah.
like, this is really inconvenient.
Which fair enough.
Fair
I get
enough. But that being said, they go to the woods, and there's people there that aren't great.
Yep.
It's these two guys, they're brothers,
It. Mm-hmm.
Ike and Adley, and their mama. And they capture them, and it isn't great,
Not a good time for any of them, I would think.
especially Jackie.
Jackie has the worst time.
I'm gonna take a line here. Jackie's always being used by men.
Oh, gross. That's
Which-
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole plot of the movie. They're trying to get away from these two psychotic people
Yeah.
and their mom.
And
Chaos ensues.
chaos ensues. The only thing to know about, like, the dynamic between the two brothers and the mom is the two brothers are not all the way there.
Not
in
at all.
the smarts department. They act like children.
Yeah, I would say like I don't know, 13-year-olds.
Yeah, probably. Like, young shithead teenage boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the mama's super controlling.
Very.
She's like, I love you boys. Make your
Mhm.
mama proud.
Yeah.
And, like, that's where I think a lot of the humor comes from, is the dynamic between the two boys and the mom.
Yeah. That's. It's
And it's not, like, good acting or anything.
No,
but
it's just-
it fits their roles,
yeah.
so it's fun.
But
that's kind of the plot right there.
Yeah, I
It's-
mean that's kind of it.
it's one of those movies where there's not a lot that happens.
Yeah, because I mean it's like the whole movie is them just trying to get away from these two brothers,
And
like
then once they do get away, you kind of know how that's gonna play out.
yeah, I will say the end of this movie, very good. In my opinion.
there's a little a trauma style ending.
Yeah, which is awesome because I
I'm not gonna
love
spoil it,
No, we're not
but-
gonna spoil it, but it's really really good.
So anything like specific you want to talk about on this film?
Anything specific?
Because it's not like high art.
No, it's
So-
not. I will say classic trauma move. I'm almost positive this is completely and totally practical.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I mean that's what trauma was known for back in the day when this would have come out in 1980.
Yeah, not having money
not having money and doing everything with a
because
ridiculous.
they had to.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, there's one thing in particular. I don't want to. It was fuck it. It's a trauma film. I'm gonna spoil shit. I don't care. It's also Mother's Day special episode. Whatever. No, this movie. It's not a great movie. So if you're gonna go watch it, go watch it. If you're a fan of trauma films, go watch it. Spoilers now. The part where Jackie takes that fucking TV and smashes it onto Adley's head, and you can see his face behind the glass as he's getting shoot is so cool. I love shit like that. And like you only get wacky stuff like that in like a trauma film. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess
I don't know. That's where I see ridiculous shit like that happening.
I've seen stuff like that before in a not trauma film.
I don't know. That's just like for me at least. It's part of the trauma experience.
But yeah, the whole like practical effects to insane degree is
It's a
It's
trauma
definitely-
classic.
fun to see.
It's one of my favorite things. That's why I love trauma films so much.
I want to mention the set design, which is kind of fun.
It's weird.
They basically found this abandoned house in the woods and then took it over and threw a bunch of like garbage in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just really fits the setting, but it's funky.
Yeah, because like I don't know. Their mom seems like such a put together person in comparison to the two of them. But the way she keeps her house, I'm just like,
Well, she just seems neurotic.
yeah, I guess. But I
And
just
also,
feel
I
like
think the boys decorated it.
the boys definitely decorated.
So I don't think
There's porno mags everywhere.
Bob. It's not even that. There's spray paint like sentences written on the wall.
And I think one of them was like, Ike eats ass or something.
Yeah, like-
or Ike's a bitch. Like, just like making fun of each other.
The mom's more put together than the boys, but she's just neurotic and has let her kids remain 13-year-old shitheads for their entire life.
Yeah, and do really fucked up things to people.
Yeah, because she's trained them to
That is
catch and kidnap people. And
one
then
of the
do
weirdest
bad
parts of
things
this
to them.
movie. Is like, they have like a whole, like,
Dress-up sequence where they're having one of their victims act like
a child.
Shirley Temple.
Yep.
That's what they call it. Yeah, it's
Yeah, their mom puts them through like a regimen to try and make them better at capturing people.
a really shitty regimen.
It's
too.
a really shitty regimen. Well, shitty, but it works sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes.
I don't know if the regiment works. They've just kind of lucked out so far.
No, the cop gag worked almost flawlessly. I will say that much.
All right. Anything else specific you want to mention here?
No, we can move on to you. You got some talking points.
All right, I got very little.
I assumed so. This movie is. That's what I love about trauma movies. There's not a lot of depth to this, and it's just like head empty, watch
Duh.
chaos.
Um,
Awesome. Not every trauma film is like that. This one is
But it's a good intro to trauma, I guess. It's
for
not
sure.
not like the best of the bunch.
Mm-hmm. I would say.
Because some have some stuff to talk about. Like Toxic Avenger has a lot.
Oh, you could definitely unpack Toxic Avenger. That movie and Romeo and Juliet. You can unpack that too.
With that being said, I think one of the biggest thing to mention with this film is that there's so many references to pop culture in it.
Oh yeah.
I was reading some like critic commentary on this film, and one of the ones I found was like that this film has been noted as being a satire of, and I'm quoting here, consumerism, pop psychology, TV culture, parental expectations, and like the gratuitous excess of the 70s.
That makes sense. Oh, that totally makes sense.
And there's just
Holy
like
shit.
a bunch of weird stuff in this film that are thrown in because they're just pop culture gags. Like it's basically like, this was on TV, let's put it in this movie.
Yeah.
A ton of weird stuff that's just like
Whoa.
out there.
I didn't even think
So,
about that.
I thought I should mention that because it's a weird lens to watch the film in because that's how I was
Yeah.
watching it.
That's if I'd watched that, it makes the movie almost completely different in my
Yeah.
eyes.
Because
Because like
everything's a pop culture gag that comes out of the brother's mouths or the
Yeah, yeah.
moms
Mhm.
or any of the side characters that aren't
Yeah,
the
and I
Rat
think-
Pack.
oh man, even the idea that this is a film is like a take on American consumerism and like the excess of the 80s or the 70s. you totally see that when you're like introduced to all the characters, and also like characters the people that the main characters are around, like at the party at the beginning with Trina, or Abby's. God damn it, no, it was Jackie.
It was
Jackie's boyfriend and the cocaine and like the way he
Snorting
acts
him
and
with
stuff
the $50 bill.
that he stole. Yeah, that's really wild. I never even thought about it to look at it through that lens at all. What a wild take! Holy shit, that explains.
I mean,
a lot.
it doesn't make it a better movie.
No, it doesn't make it a better movie, but it
but
gives
you
it more
can
depth.
kind of tell maybe Kaufman was going for it because there's a bunch of weird things that side characters do.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm going to mention because it's super early in the film is there's this what is it, doorman, like a black doorman in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I think one of the women's leaving like her apartment building. She's like, I'm going on vacation, and he comes out the door and he's like, a black man will never be free.
Yeah, as long as he lives in America.
Yeah, and it was this exact moment of this seems like something that Kaufman saw on the news and just put in here.
That explains that entire scene completely. Holy
And then there's
fuck.
a bunch of people outside screaming things that are also just like things you see on the
things
news.
you heard on the news.
And it's very much the sequence of like, oh, a person walking around and like this is all the stuff they have screamed at him.
Jesus Christ. That completely changes the lens at which I viewed this movie. What a fucking...
That's why the boys are always watching like news.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, it's higher art than it's not high art.
It's not
The
high
bar
art.
has been raised a little bit. That's cool. That explains why everything
It makes it a lot less nonsense and more like
yeah.
thematic nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I noticed it. Literally every single like brand thing they could fit in the screen to face the logo towards the
Oh,
TV.
yeah, so many brands.
Like Trix, Sprite. There were a fuck ton.
Ike has a Trix bucket.
Yeah, well, that was funny. The Trix bucket is entertaining. Oh my god! Holy shit! Wow, I'm flabbergasted.
Bob's like, I gotta go rewatch this now.
Well, maybe
Maybe.
one of these days. Maybe I'll get back to it. Maybe we'll watch it again for Mother's Day next year.
You said we couldn't watch Blood Rage, so we can't watch Mother's Day.
Well, we
again.
gotta save that for Thanksgiving. It's our annual Blood Rage viewing during Thanksgiving.
If I have to watch Blood Rage next year, I might.
No, I want to watch Thanksgiving though.
That's an okay movie.
It's okay is not the word I would use. Interesting movie.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Thanksgiving 3 though.
In space. That's Thanksgiving too. So that's kind of like my big comment on this because
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
a take I've heard, and I heard it having watched it for a second time now. So getting to watch it that way was kind of interesting for me.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad you didn't tell me about that before the movie because
Well,
it
yeah,
definitely.
I wasn't gonna tell you about that before the movie. That'd be weird.
Yeah, but I guess
Too much of a
yeah, it would have
spoiler.
been too much for me to like try and pay attention to. I guess, but it would have like completely changed the way I watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So fun way to rewatch the film.
Yeah. Holy shit.
The only other thing I have is that I wanted to mention this film has a 2010 remake.
Oh.
So there's that. Never seen it, but
Do you know if it did well or bad or what?
I mean it's a trauma film. So like,
Oh, they remade it as a trauma film?
of course they did.
I didn't know they remade their own stuff. I had no idea.
I mean, yeah. Have you really never seen any of the trauma remakes?
Mm-mm.
They did a Nukem High remake. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I like that movie. We should watch Class of Nukem High on the show. I don't know if that's really horror, but it's horror adjacent. Like, people melt and shit. I like that movie a lot. I didn't know they were... Yeah, I forgot that you mentioned that to me. Because how many Nukem Highs are there? There's like 5 or something. It's something ridiculous.
There's a lot.
Yeah. I just didn't know they were making... That Trauma was making remakes of their older content.
Well, I think they made a remake of this. Give me a second. Let me double check that.
Okay. Because I would watch it, honestly.
Well, I know you'd watch it.
Yeah, man.
You watch any trauma film.
I will watch any trauma film. You're right. I love trauma movies. They're like my favorite kind of movie. That's why I like Night of the Lepus so much. That could totally be a trauma film. Are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely.
So, like, I'm not sure how much of a remake it is, but there's a film called Mother's Day that's also like I don't think it's a I don't actually know if it's a trauma film. But like Kaufman has screenplay credits for it. So it has
Okay.
to be a remake, right?
Yeah, that would make because it would. Yeah.
But the pictures alone look much higher quality.
Well, I haven't actually seen any of the newer trauma stuff. I've only watched a lot of their older like backlogs. It might be, or he might. You know what? It might not be distributed by Trauma. It might be distributed by a different company, which is why it's not coming up as a Troma film. Because I don't think Troma had anything to do with this other than distribution, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I mean, I could totally see it.
I don't know. I just wanted to mention that this has like a remake or something.
Yeah, I'd totally be interested in watching a remake of this.
Came out of Genre Co. production companies, the Genre Co., Rat Entertainment, and Light Tower Entertainment.
No,
Distributed by Anchor Bay Films and Sierra Affinity. So not Troma.
Yeah, a little sad, but whatever.
Yeah, so it's a loose remake of Charles Kaufman's Mother's Day. Anyways,
Okay.
just a weird thing, because, like, it's so weird that someone watches a Troma film and it's like, let's remake that.
I mean, I could see it. There's some Troma films that I think could do with a remake.
Give them $11 million.
$11 million.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of money. Yeah, anything
Alright.
else, Ben?
No.
You have anything
No.
else you want to talk about in this movie before we go to the outtakes?
We got to rate it and
Oh,
give our
yeah.
recommendations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I
Yeah.
am right.
I almost skipped it. Damn.
You
been
can't
like-
give this a 5, though, Bob. I'm sorry.
I won't.
I know you want to.
No.
Because it's a Troma film.
I won't give that. If we watch Toxic Avenger, that might get a 5 from me.
It's not a perfect movie. It's a fun movie, though.
Fantastic movie.
With that being said, recommendations.
This is a great movie to watch with friends. I had a blast.
Yeah.
This is a good, like, put this on, hang out with your friends movie. I think any Troma film is good for that, though.
Well, not any.
Most. I think if you like Troma, watch it. Good. I think it's a classic Troma film, in my opinion. Like, it feels like a Troma movie.
Well, an
when you
80s
view
Troma
it.
film.
Yeah, it feels like an 80s Troma movie. If you're a fan of practicals, Troma's a classic practical studio. They use mostly practicals in almost all their stuff.
Because it's cheap.
Because it's cheap, but also it's cool. Those are my recommendations. Yeah, that's all I got.
I think I have to agree with the, like, this is great to watch with friends. Which, again, if you just like Troma films, that's another one. I think the only one that you didn't mention that I'm going to say right now is if you want to see, like, something with a bunch of, like, pop culture references to the 70s.
Yeah.
And it's very specifically the 80s, but there's some
Mhm.
70s reference in there. It's a lot of fun for that. Now you have to have enough, like, background to pick them up.
Yeah.
But there's just random stuff thrown throughout that's just kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Big Bird alarm clock.
Oh my god. Oh, the outtake for that is so fucking funny. I forgot about that. God damn it.
But just a bunch of stuff scattered everywhere that's like, even if you don't get the references, it's just interesting to see older versions of stuff. Like the Tricks box is super
Yeah.
out of date.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. I don't think I have any more recommendations, though.
Fair enough.
It's just kind of stupid fun. Not a
Yeah.
good Mother's Day movie. There's definitely
No,
better
do
Mother's
not
Day
watch
movies.
this with your mother on Mother's Day. She'll probably have a
in
bad
fact,
time.
The only reason we watch this is because it's literally called Mother's Day. So,
Yeah.
you know.
There's literally no other reason.
Ratings?
Ooh, okay. I think we'll give it a 3. I think it's fine. I'm a fan of this type of movie, so I guess, you know, take that with a grain of salt, if you will.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not.
Nothing
I won't
else?
Elaborate.
See, I'm in a weird boat here.
Mhm.
Because I rate on, like, my rating scale,
Yeah.
and I try to be kind of objective.
Sure.
But I think I'm going to go with a 3,
That's very surprising.
right?
I thought you were gonna come out the gate swinging with like a 1.5 again.
No, because here's the thing. It's not a good film.
Not a good film.
But this is where my rating scale has issues, because for a 3 for me is, did it achieve what it set out to do? What this film set out to do, the bar was really low,
The bar was so low.
but it did it.
It
Like,
did
it's a
achieve its
shitty
goal.
film about this mom and her 2
Murderous sons.
murderous sons just living in the woods. There's a bunch of weird pop stuff,
Yeah.
and these 3 friends that go there and get kidnapped. Like, there's not a lot there. It did it all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some bad acting and stuff, but that's a part of, like, a low-budget, kind of sleazy horror film like this.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's everything I'd expect from that. It's not going above and beyond, but it didn't fail to accomplish anything it set out to do, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I was saying, like, when we went into this, knowing it's a Troma film changes your expectations. But
Yeah, it lowers them.
it lowers them, but in a good way. For me, at least.
I guess, yeah. So, yeah, I feel bad about giving it a 3, because that makes it seem like it's better than it is. Not a good movie.
No.
Let me stress that.
Better than the last movie we fucking watched.
but it is what you expect. You get what you came for. Let's put it that
Exactly.
way. So 3.
Fair enough. I understand that. I had a good time with this movie.
I mean, I'm glad.
so glad we got to watch
I
this.
chose this movie, and I was like, Bob's gonna have fun for once.
I love trauma films. We should watch more
Trauma milk.
trauma milk. No, I love trauma films. I want to watch more on the show because a lot of trauma films are horror or horror adjacent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe not on this podcast.
Maybe not on this podcast, but maybe we should watch some in our free time because, like,
Maybe.
Like you haven't seen Tromeo and Juliet, have you?
Tromeo and Juliet.
Tromeo and Juliet.
No.
It's so good. It has
Supposed to be one of the better ones.
It has one of the best car flip scenes I've ever seen. And then I won't spoil what happens. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. It's so good.
All right,
I love that movie.
let's just go to the outtakes before you spoil stuff.
Yeah. Let's go to the outtakes. We'll see you guys in a bit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the outtake section for this episode of Beware the Board. I hope you're enjoying our review of Mother's Day so far. I like this movie mostly just because it's a trauma film, but I'm going to go ahead and give a warning. You do not want any major spoilers for this movie. Skip forward to 36 minutes and 38 seconds immediately. This first outtake is my reaction when Ben finally informs me that this was indeed a trauma film.
Yeah. It's playing.
Oh.
Hey, Bob.
Lloyd, you son of a bitch!
I never told you it wasn't a trauma film. You just assumed it wasn't. I went, wow, it's so bad that we haven't watched a trauma film yet. I didn't lie.
I didn't know they made this. You just made my day.
I know. I thought you'd be really excited.
I'm really excited.
Happy Mother's Day, Bob.
This next clip is Ben just doing Ben things. I want to know why this old lady has a neck brace.
Neck problems?
Thanks, Ben.
I mean,
I was hoping for more like an actual explanation.
You asked. I answered.
You son of a bitch. This next clip is Ben and I's reaction to the cold open. What? That's what he wanted? And he put on sunglasses? Oh! Oh!
I think she
Holy
got sprayed
shit.
with blood
She did.
before
Who
his
is-
head got chopped off.
Who is this guy? Oh? What? What the fuck? He's just beating the shit out of this. Oh, that must be Mama. That makes sense. Oh my god. That's brutal. She got fucked up. This next clip is Ben and I's reaction to the group of characters called the Rat Pack stopping at a gas station on the way to their destination. Just wrecking this guy's shop! What a bunch
Yeah.
of assholes! This is the equivalent of the cabbage salesman in fucking Avatar The Last Airbender.
I also think this woman just threw money on the table and ran away.
I hope it was enough!
Yeah, I don't think she really paid. It looked like... But it's hard to tell because it's super out of print money.
Yeah. Oh my... No, okay. I'm gonna be honest, if he's the killer, I'm cool with it. They deserve it. Assholes. You get what you deserve it! This next clip is Ben and I reacting to a man getting shirtless. I know what you're thinking. It's not like that. Just listen.
Oh, Brad.
That's all I can think of, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god, look at how hairy his chest
Oh
is.
my lord, Sasquatch of a man! It's so hairy that it like blends into the night sky.
I know.
He looks like he's just like has a void on his chest because it's so dark.
It's like he's wearing a really bad, like, green suit. You know what I'm talking about?
Kinda, yeah. Oh my god. This next clip is Ben and I's reaction to Adley's Big Bird alarm clock.
Oh my god, he's gonna cause the Challenger disaster.
No! That's funny.
He just ruined whatever funniness was there.
I won't leave in the part where I go, that's funny.
I think you should.
Fuck you. This next clip is Ben and I questioning the structural integrity of this house. Oh! Took out the basketball goal.
I hope it wasn't a load-bearing basketball goal.
A load-bearing basketball goal? Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
they were using it to hold up part of the porch.
Oh, yeah, they were, actually. Holy shit. I just noticed that. This next clip is my reaction to the Rat Pack finally starting to fight back. Oh! Oh! Hell yeah, brother! Fuck yeah. I got an axe in the cock and then a fucking needle through the neck. And he's alive currently. God! Oh my lord, he deserved it. This next clip is mine and Ben's reaction to the Rat Pack finally getting their revenge on Adley. Oh! Oh my god, you can see his head in the fucking screen. That's sick. Oh my god. Awesome. See, this is why I love trauma films. You wouldn't get this anywhere else. So cool. Holy shit. Fuck yeah. Now here's the question. Where's Ma?
Probably still in the basement.
Oh my god, his mouth is smoking.
I think it's specifically his teeth.
So cool. Oh! Oh, he survived that sumbitch! Holy shit, he's still alive! Ah! Help Trina! God damn. This guy is unrelenting. Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the outtakes. I know there were a couple. I'm pretty sure we talk about the Challenger explosion in one of them.
That's the Big Bird one. If it isn't
That's the Big
included,
Bird
we saw
one.
the Big Bird clock, and I was like, "Do you think Big Bird caused the
The
Challenger
Challenger
explosion?"
explosion.
Because wasn't that the thing? Like Big
Yeah,
Bird
Big
was
Bird
on
was
the,
supposed to be on the Challenger
yeah.
explosion, or on the Challenger when it launched, but they didn't do it.
They did the teacher instead because
Yeah.
of the costume.
Mm-hmm. And well, it
He
blew
got
up.
jealous.
Yeah. Oh god. Anyway,
National tragedies.
do you have any announcements, Ben?
No.
No announcements. Okay.
I mean, it's a holiday episode. What do you expect?
Yeah, we don't normally announce.
We're gonna
stuff
come
on
out
these
with our normal episodes
on Friday.
on Fridays, like usual.
That's the announcement.
So check those out. They're probably better than this one.
Yeah, this will
but
be a short one, but
the
it's okay.
year of holidays.
Year of holidays. Look, we already missed some, you son of a bitch. I wasn't gonna make us miss this one too.
Yeah, but they weren't like holidays anyone cares about.
It's true.
This one's like an actual thing.
Yeah, people actually give a shit about this one. Other than that, follow us on Twitter at BewareTheBoard. It's where I post updates about the show all the time. Every Monday, I post a spoiler post for Friday's episode, so you can go there, check out, see what movie we're watching, so that you can watch it before we do, so you don't have any spoilers during the episode. On Fridays, I post a link to the episode when it goes live. Yeah, if you have anything you want to tell us, you can always tweet at me. Follow us on Twitter. Check it out.
And then, check us out wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. We're also on YouTube. You can check us out there if you want. It's a great place to communicate with us in the comment section and stuff. But if you're going to be on there and checking us out there, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell button. It's a really good way to make Baba proud of you.
I was waiting to see how you get that one in, you son of a bitch. I was waiting. Every episode, I'm always in anticipation for this fucking shit.
So,
Oh my
do
God.
that.
Yeah. Check us out on TikTok. I post clips from the show on TikTok now. Follow us there if you like, if it's a social media platform you use. I think that wraps it up, Benjamin.
I guess we'll see you Friday for regular scheduled stuff.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.